Alright guys, so we're uninstalling the windscreen here. You're going to start by removing the 4 screws that are above the mirrors on either side of the bike, or of the windscreen if you will. Make sure that you're paying attention to all the little nuts and washers and bolts. Sometimes they do not stick together. You do not want to lose those, so make sure you keep those little plastic washers attached to each screw. You can either use a Phillips head screwdriver or a drill. Either will be perfect. As you see here, I use a small bag just to make sure I keep everything together. Next, we will be removing the mirrors. I use a 3/8 socket wrench, and then I have a 13/32 or 32 socket that I'm actually using to remove the nuts beneath each rear view mirror. I placed the bike on the rear stand because if you have your wheel lock on, you're actually going to have to move the handlebars and have a little free place so you can get in there and get underneath them. So just to keep the bike from tipping over, to be as safe as possible, I put it on a rear stand before I do that step. As you see here, we're gently lifting the fairings side to side, just going back and forth. Take your time, they will come out, and you're just trying to loosen up those fitments. And once you get in there, you'll see these little rubber grommets that are in those 4 holes that you removed at step 1, and we're going to remove those. You simply pinch, give them a little twist and pull. Successfully uninstalled your windscreen. I'm hoping that this video is pretty simple and easy for you guys to follow along. If you've made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you found the tutorial to be informative or entertaining, what I'm going to do now is actually send you guys back to show you the reinstallation process so you can follow through that with me step by step. I appreciate you guys for the support and checking out today's video. All right, let's get back to it. All right, so installing the windscreen is pretty simple. We're going to start by replacing the 4 rubber grommets. You simply push them in at an angle through each of those fitting holes, and then you give them a little twist and push, and they will align themselves perfectly and flushly on their own. You'll go back in, gently lifting the fairings to replace the custom windscreen that you have. Go ahead and get your mirrors. They have LH and RH for the sides, so you know which one goes where in case you forgot. And we're going to replace those nuts underneath them by simply finger tightening. Then we'll grab our tools like this and go in and actually tighten them down pretty snug, so this way they can stay in place as we're riding the motorcycle. The next step is going to be to replace your 4 screws that we took out at the very beginning when we were uninstalling the windscreen. Make sure you have all 4 of your washers. I finger tighten everything down, and then I do a cross pattern to tighten them up, but do not over tighten, because if you do, this is what's going to happen. And now I have to replace that screw. This right here is just a set of TST Halo running light module, okay, for the GTR signals. And these are my smoked turn signals. These are the color blue. I went and invested in some Canyon dancers, and those just go across the handlebars, and they're a safe alternative to ratchets. Lights. This is a light kit, and this only cost me like 20 bucks on Amazon. This is a 2 brothers. Is it 2 brothers or twin brothers? Maybe it's a twin brothers. This is not a slip-on exhaust. I have the entire exhaust system. This is just the muffler portion. I'm still getting a fender eliminator kit. I have a smoked integrated tail light that I'm putting on. I have some basic tools so I can take care of little things, you know what I'm saying, along the way, the necessities. But as far as all this aftermarket stuff and doing all that, like, I'm not about to do all that. So I have a great company here that I'm going to be showing you guys, introducing you guys to when I take the bike out there. They're going to be tuning it for me. They're going to be flashing my ECU once they install my new exhaust system. And while they have it already out there, they're going to just go ahead and do the whole 9 on it for me. You know what I'm saying? And make sure everything looks good, is up to spec, and ready to rock and roll. So when I get out next year, I'll have a phenomenal machine to run me through next season.